Motherhood is a profound journey filled with joys, challenges, and unexpected turns, and for many women the desire to expand their family can bring both hope and heartache. Whitney Port, known for her candidness about personal struggles, has been remarkably open about her experiences with fertility issues while trying to give her son a sibling. Sharing a child named Sonny with her husband Tim Rosenham, Whitney has navigated a complex path marked by miscarriages, surrogacy attempts, and the emotional toll of unfulfilled expectations. Her story resonates with countless individuals facing similar hurdles, highlighting the importance of vulnerability in discussions about reproductive health. As she reflects on her role as a mother, Whitney admits to feeling a sense of incompleteness, a sentiment that stems from her deep-seated wish for a larger family. From the outset, Whitney envisioned a life with multiple children, a vision that aligned with her ideals of family dynamics and personal fulfillment. However, reality has presented obstacles that have forced her to confront alternative paths. "I never thought I'd be a mom to an only child," she has expressed, underscoring the surprise and adjustment required when plans don't unfold as anticipated. This feeling of incompleteness isn't just about numbers, it's tied to her identity as a mother. Whitney describes how her perception of motherhood feels unsettled, as if there's a missing piece that would make her experience whole. This introspection reveals the psychological layers of fertility struggles, where societal expectations and personal aspirations intersect. The journey began with natural attempts to conceive a second child, but setbacks in the form of miscarriages derailed those efforts. Experiencing 2 losses in a relatively short period can be devastating, triggering grief, self-doubt, and a reevaluation of one's body and capabilities. For Whitney and Tim, who tied the knot after a loving courtship, these events tested their resilience as a couple. They turned to surrogacy as a viable option, hoping it would bridge the gap to their dream family. Surrogacy, a process where another woman carries the pregnancy, offers hope to those facing infertility, but it's not without its complexities. It involves medical procedures, legal agreements, and emotional investments from all parties involved. Unfortunately, their surrogacy path encountered further heartache when their surrogate also suffered pregnancy losses. This compounded the emotional strain, making each attempt feel like starting over. Whitney has shared that despite having viable embryos and support from a reputable agency, the repeated disappointments evoke a sense of being back at square one. Embryos, created through in vitro fertilization (IVF), represent potential life, and the process of transferring them is both scientifically advanced and emotionally charged. IVF involves hormone treatments, egg retrieval, fertilization in a lab, and embryo freezing, steps that Whitney has undergone multiple times. Amid these challenges, Whitney has grappled with new insecurities. She confesses to feeling out of place among other mothers, particularly those with multiple children, as if her experience with one child diminishes her standing in conversations about parenting. This perception, though she acknowledges it as flawed, stems from internalized pressures that equate motherhood's validity with family size. "When I'm talking to other working moms, I don't always feel like I'm on the same playing field," she notes, highlighting how fertility issues can isolate individuals. The notion that having one child is easier or less demanding overlooks the unique bonds and responsibilities in every family configuration. To address these feelings, Whitney has invested in personal growth, engaging in therapy and self-reflection to unpack her doubts. This work is crucial in preventing negative emotions from overshadowing the positives in her life. She emphasizes gratitude for her existing family, stating that if it remains just the 3 of them, it would still be wonderful. Sonny, her son, is a source of immense joy, and Whitney is committed to cherishing their time together without letting unfulfilled desires cast a shadow. This balance between acceptance and hope is a common thread in fertility narratives, where individuals learn to embrace the present while pursuing future possibilities. Currently, Whitney and Tim are approaching their surrogacy journey with renewed strategies. They've made significant changes, including switching medical professionals, undergoing additional egg retrievals, and selecting a new surrogate. These adjustments reflect a proactive stance, demonstrating their determination to exhaust options. The process now involves finalizing contracts and planning for an embryo transfer, steps that bring them closer to potential success. Egg retrieval, a key component of IVF, requires careful monitoring and can be physically taxing, but advancements in reproductive medicine have improved success rates over the years. Broadening the perspective, Whitney's story sheds light on the broader landscape of fertility challenges. Infertility affects millions worldwide, with causes ranging from age-related factors to medical conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, or endometriosis. For women in their late 30s and 40s like Whitney, the biological clock adds urgency. Surrogacy, while a blessing for many, involves ethical considerations, such as ensuring the surrogate's well-being and fair compensation. Agencies play a vital role in matching intended parents with surrogates, providing counseling and legal guidance to navigate the complexities. Emotionally, the toll of fertility struggles can manifest in anxiety, depression, and strained relationships. Couples like Whitney and Tim benefit from mutual support, open communication, and professional help. Whitney's public sharing on her podcast and in interviews serves as a beacon for others, normalizing these experiences and reducing stigma. By discussing her insecurities, she encourages empathy and understanding, reminding society that motherhood isn't a competition but a personal journey. Furthermore, Whitney's background in reality television and fashion adds another layer to her narrative. Rising to fame on shows like The Hills and The City, she has always been transparent about her life, from relationships to career highs and lows. This authenticity extends to her fertility story, where she demystifies processes like IVF and surrogacy for her audience. For instance, embryo freezing allows couples to preserve fertility options, a technique that's become more accessible thanks to technological progress.